25-19, UST taking set number 1 away from Ateneo, and they led by as many as 11 points in that set. Take a look at some of the highlights here, and it was a great first set, action-packed, both teams defending on the floor and at the net, really playing up to their stats that we mentioned at the pregame.
Of course, we are up against the #1 spiking team, that is UST, and the #1 blocking team, which is Ateneo. What's surprising is the #6 blocking team, which is UST, is showing that they are stepping up in terms of their blocking and really showing that they've done their homework against Ateneo. Ateneo being the #2 spiking team in the league, really consistent on their spikes as long as they have that, or they get that first ball, which is very, very important for them. Dina Wong can get her spikers going. Maddie Madayag stepped up, especially in the last few points, gaining momentum for the Lady Eagles. And napaka-importante talaga to be able to utilize Madayag and Bea De Leon to deviate the blockers from their wing spikers and to give like Gaston and their other wings more opportunity to be able to spike. UST really leading in terms of attacks. Both teams tied at service, both teams tied at error, service aces in favor of the UST Lady Tigers, as blocking in favor of the #1 blocking team, the Ateneo Lady Eagles.
It was a rocky start for Ateneo, to say the least. And it even prompted Coach Oliver Almadro to bring in Jaja Maraginot a bit early and then bring out Tolentino Maddie Madayag. But they did recover and came as close as 4 points down the stretch. USD had too much momentum, too much confidence at the tail end of the first set.
The reception of Ateneo and their defense really has to step up in the second set to be able to use Maddie Madayag. She scored 17 points in their last game versus NU. She was the highest scorer in that game. And after finishing the first set, you need to see more of her opportunities. Kailangan masitan talaga siya ng bola because her back-to-back running attacks was 100% kill rate for her.
A double contact against Ateneo. Start things off. That's against Jules Samonte. So still error prone, 7 errors apiece. Both teams at the end of the first set. Ateneo must do a better job of keeping it down, that number. There's a block against Tolentino. We mentioned how USD, they're blocking much, much better in today's game. Free ball for Ateneo. De Leon blocked again. Oh, solid defense here. Galanza sets a Pacres too close to the net that time as we send it courtside to Makayla Chavez.
Eric and Michelle, the Espanya-based squad knows that round 2 requires a fiercer approach as to why the Tigresses have been showing a different kind of energy level. You know, the team believes that in snatching today's win, the first step is to not be intimidated. CC Rondina led the pack and pinned down 2 points. Huwag matakot at focus lang. As we've seen earlier, UST started strong, and I believe this is because Coach Kung Fu's words served as their fuel. Sabi nito, importante kayo kung paano magsimula kasi dyan magdidictate ang mood hanggang katapusan. That's all for now. Back to you, Eric at Michelle.
Thank you, Makayla. Not to get intimidated, and they really played like, you know, they were thinking in themselves, we're confident, we're at par with Ateneo, despite Ateneo being the #1 team.
Because if UST wins this game today, they will be at #1 together with the Ateneo Lady Eagles. So it's a huge game if they win today, but Ateneo will solidify their #1 position. So they also equally need this game. In the first set, we had Madayag with 4 points and Rodina with 5 points. They are currently the #1 scorers of both teams.
Let's find out the adjustments by Coach O coming into set number 2 as we send it to Franny Reyes.
Last night, Maddie Madayag had a message for her teammates similar to what Makayla just mentioned. If the UST Growling Tigresses are not to get intimidated, the Ateneo Lady Eagles are not to get overwhelmed. However, we did see them overwhelmed by UST in that first set. We saw a lot of errors and trouble receiving the ball. As you mentioned earlier, Michelle, good reception makes all the difference offensively and defensively. Coming into the second set, they need to be persistent. Persistent in receiving, blocking, attacking, whatever they have to do on that court. How do you guys think they'll turn this around?
Well, definitely if they can, you know, bring all the numbers up in terms of blocking and reduce the errors. They stand a chance here, but an over-receive by USD and a put away by Samonte ties the game at 3.
It was a free ball for USD, but they gave a free ball back for Ateneo. So the errors right now of both teams in the second set. In the first set, Eric, they managed only 7 errors for both teams, and they were tied at that. A very good number for the first set. And here in the second set, I think they started off much more in terms of errors. So maybe both teams adjusting again based on what happened in the first set.
There was a relatively good receive by Hekinyana, but it was too far away from Dina Wong. Take another look here. Attacked by Rondina. And Hekinyana was right there, but Dina Wong was just too far away. In that instance, I mean, who runs to the second ball if the second setter is a little, you know, a few steps behind?
Kim Gekeliana, when she put up that ball, it was in the correct spot. You know, as a blocker, you always have to be ready that your defense will put up the ball. And when seeing Dina Wong and Maddie blocking, they stopped it. So when you stop, it means akala nila patay yung bola. So you have to keep on going. You have to look for that ball. Kim Gekeliana, if the setter gets the first ball, then she gets the second ball. But if everybody else gets the first ball, it's always the setter's job to get the second ball.
Just be in constant motion is what you're saying. Never stop. Gaston fires one and it goes outside.
No touch. Outside.
So
Great
USD
elevation there for her, though. She was right above the blockers, but it went a little too wide.
Ateneo calling a timeout. They are down by 3.
Transition tayo, hinarangan mo to. So ano gagawin natin? We have to play it right lang. Na-excite tayo masyado eh. Okay? We just have to play it right. Nakaka-defense tayo, nakaka-receive. Yung strength natin, kailangan lang natin patience. Huwag tayo magmadali. Dalawa lang spike at dalawang dulo lang yan eh. So sino pagbibigyan? Dibaure, Rondina, alam nyo na eh. Ba't kailangan natin magmadali? Walang problema sa atake mo. That's wrong.
Paco Nostria watching the game. A big fan of Kat Tolentino and the Lady Eagles.
Back to the game.
Right now,
CC,
under
Rondina,
duress,
serving.
down by 3, and they're not playing the Ateneo way, which is why Coach O is so upset, calling a timeout just 2 points away from technical timeout. Oh, that's an ace. As Ateneo falling apart very early here in set number 2, Michelle.
A lot of miscommunications on the Ateneo Lady Eagles side of the court. This service ace by CC Rondina a while ago. The good dig by Kim Gekeliana, nobody getting the ball. Also a while ago between Maddie and Dina, there was a miscommunication in terms of what ball that Maddie would want to spike. So it's too early here in the second set to be committing these errors.
Gaston going up, blocked by Viray. She'll try again. There's an overreach. Maddie Madayag. That ball was still on the other side of the net. And after the timeout, 2 straight errors from Ateneo, and USD is up by 5, 8-3 here in set number 2. A reminder, this Saturday there will be no volleyball games as we present the UAAP Season 81 Street Dance Competition 2 to 6 at the Araneta Coliseum. It's going to be live as well, right here on SNA. But Michelle, Ateneo, you mentioned their problem in the first set reception. What is the issue now as they can't seem to get anything going?
Well, Coach O already mentioned that in the second set, they're doing better in terms of digging and reception, but it's their errors, the small miscommunications that they don't realize that is costing them the big lead right now of USD.
Although they get a break there, Janelle Dilerio a little late coming in, and Gaston will pick up a kill.
Difficult position for Pongay Gaston, but just enough power to target that middle. Very hard, Eric, to target that middle kasi walang tao dyan. So, pag dyan bumagsak yung bola, nobody knows who's gonna get it. So, coaches call that campfire, you know, sunog. So, pag dyan talaga bumagsak, it's very hard for the defense to call the ball, mine, yours, and to know who's gonna get it.
2 straight points for the Lady Eagles as they try to come back here in set number 2. There's a back row attack. Here's De Leon. Rondina, the 6th best digger in the league. Madayag sets it up for Tolentino back row. A long rally here. Galanza. And Piray is blocked by De Leon.
De Leon on the block.
Bea De Leon reading that ball very well. It was very obvious that Galanza was going to Piray. Her hands were there. Piray was right in front of Bea. Good timing there on that block.
And that's what happens when your play is read so well. Pretty obvious to the blockers. And speaking of blockers, Piray again is denied twice.
Bea may not get her opportunity spiking, but her blocking in today's game is very efficient.
UST.
Timeout here by UST. As we take a look at this Fudgy Bar Omar Saya moment for Bongay Gaston and the Lady Eagles. We'll go to UST now.
Ganyan tayo. Pag tumitigil tayo sa isang action, may pumapalo. Yung kasama natin, nakatayo lang. Saka mag-extra effort para hamunin yung bola. Sabihin mo lang yung pinakamagaling ginagawa natin. Kaya lang nakatayo ba? Kailangan mo umiga.
Well, Coach Kufu wants to stop this 4-point run by Ateneo. They were down 8-3, and now it's a 1-point game, 8-7 USD.
Of course, everybody going up against Ateneo, Eric, alam mo na mabablock ka. So as a setter, you have to be smarter where to put the ball. And as a spiker, you have to be smarter kung kanino ipapadaan yung bola para makalusot sa defense ng kabila.
And Laure targets the outside blocker for the point.
Maddie and Bea put up a really good and tall block. So if you're a spiker, you have to go for the wings. Ea Laure going for the hands of Dina Wong. And on the outside of Ateneo is Bongay Gaston. So you have to target those hands. Also for the offense of Ateneo, very easy for them to elevate because they're much taller than the UST Lady Tigresses.
That's over received and outside by Caitlin Viray. Ateneo will score. Still keep it a 1-point game. But what about the terrific job by Mafe Galanza? I mean, a rookie setter, and she is doing a spectacular job so far.
The hardest job, Eric, in volleyball is to be a setter. You're calling the plays, you're running the offense, and you're in charge. So being in charge of your ates or your seniors who are much older and more mature than you is also adding on to the pressure of your job.
I mean, you're telling them this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna run here, and you know what I mean. The instructions that they will have to follow from you as Tolentino gets a kill.
When they get Tolentino going, it's a different ball game for the Ateneo Lady Eagles. Pag sinabayan din siya ni Samonte and ni Gaston over at the outside, it's going to be a much more different ball game for Ateneo and UST here in the second set.
And that's what UST has to be wary of. Tolentino is starting to get hot. There's Laure.
Another
check ball.
Off the block.
Great eye there by our referees. Laure just looking at the hands of Bea De Leon and knowing that Jules Samonte will be able to also hit that ball even though she was too high already.
Tolentino. And Tolentino is feeling it already. I hear her scream on her way up.
May konting kikil na eh. Kanina sa first set, medyo tahimik pa. Pero here in the second set, you see the fire and yung talagang determination niya makapuntos for her team.
She's inspired. Bacon is somewhere here watching. 1-point lead for UST. Oh, over receive here. Easy kill for Madayag, and the game is tied for the first time, 11-all.
Can't get those receptions close to the net. Galanza will not have any opportunity to do a joust being a back row player in this rotation.
Ateneo looking to get the lead here, 11-all, set number 2. Pacres, that was a little too low for her. De Leon will set it up. Tolentino, block. Oh, nice defense after that by UST.
What Ateneo is doing differently now, Eric, is their serves are much tougher as compared to the first set. USD isn't the best receiving team here in this season. They are also number 7, just right behind Ateneo. So if Ateneo just puts more effort and more power into their serves, they can put more pressure into UST's reception and make it difficult for them to have a good offense.
This chance ball for UST. Rondina through the block. Great dig by Dina Wong. Here comes Samonte. Laure will set it up. Rondina, oh, through the double block. Samonte at the net. Saved by Rondina. Pacres, block. Terrific defense by Ateneo on the floor and at the net.
You gotta give it to Dippy Pacres. She keeps challenging Maddie Mandayag's block, but you know, you have a very small chance of getting it through Maddie Mandayag's block. She is the #1 blocker in this league for a reason.
12 all. Terrific serve by Tolentino. Rondina. That's in. Wow. USD always finding a way to inch ahead. Michelle so far here in set number 2.
They're always going to Rondina, Pacres, Laure, and also Galanza is doing a good job distributing the balls. It's very hard for the middles of Ateneo like Madayag and Bea de Leon to close that block against UST.
Galanza is very good. What a great game she's playing here. There's double contact from Dina Wong. Errors again for Ateneo, Michelle.
Very rare that you see Dina having double contact or double violations more than once or twice.
Gatorade hydration checkpoint at 14-12 here in set number 2. Serving is Alina Bicar for USD. Tolentino, single lady block by Caitlin Viray. Where did that come from?
Everybody was getting ready to attack, but Tolentino was just ready to spike that ball. Good timing there, presence of mind from Caitlin Viray.
All of a sudden, back to a 3-point lead here for USD. Samonte kept alive by Delerio. Ooh. Aya. She's trying to do too much. She wanted to send it over on the second touch. There was one more coming. She got impatient, didn't want to wait.
Trying to find CC in that play, but way off. And nakatalikod na kasi talaga siya sa net. So you have to be extra careful when you're not looking at your target.
Bicar. Rondina off a combination play. Oh, again, nice presence of mind, this time by Jimenez. Isabel Jimenez of UST. Over received. Delerio again, great dig. Bicar setting it on her knees. Off speed. CC Rondina. Terrific play by UST. 16-13. And the fans are happy. The fans are excited, chanting "Go Usted!" as the Tigresses lead by 3 here in set number 2 against the Lady Eagles. Inside the Pinoy Live V Center as USD fans happy about how the Tigresses have been defending and attacking. They've been hurting Ateneo in so many ways. Rondina, Laure, Viray, Jimenez getting into the act. So many others. Here's the service ace for USD as the run continues for the Tigresses, Michelle.
You know, Eric, Ateneo is playing way better than they did in the first set, but the breaks of the game that's happening right now is all in favor for the USD Lady Tigresses. Rondina, of course, leading her team with this service ace, and yung kanina niyang score to end that rally. You know, they're really outsmarting the defense of Ateneo.
There's Jimenez block.
At the net.
But Ateneo's got to do a much better job overall. I mean, you mentioned this is still a much better game, though, they're playing than the first set. But they're getting outplayed totally by UST.
They're getting outplayed in terms of spiking. Ateneo is really efficient and consistent in their blocking, but they have to score the points because UST is covering the block. So they have to be able to convert that. If you're Ateneo, you have to convert your defense into a point.
touch.
Well, they did there. Not so much the defense, but more because they allowed it with an error. This was low, says Erdindo Eusebio, our first referee. Although it did hit the arm. What say you, Michelle?
You know, I always say if it hits the net first, then it's a not over. And in that ball, our first referee was right on top of that ball. So if he saw it hit the net first, then it's a good call for him and a point for Ateneo.
And it's just a 1-point game now. 16 serving 17. Ateneo has never led in this whole match. Not in the first set, not here in the second set. Samonte picking that up. Gaston to Tolentino. Easy over. Bicar. An off speed. Easily picked up by Wong. Madayag sets it to Tolentino with a push. Laure is right there. Bicar will set it up. And they go to Jimenez. Jimenez! That's out.
No
and
touch.
Ateneo ties the game again. It's 17.
If Ateneo doesn't score errors or doesn't commit errors, they're going to be able to get back into this set and lead against UST. Because right now, UST is committing the errors, and Ateneo really has to control themselves and keep on scoring the points.
Substitution here by Coach Kung Fu Reyes. Mafe Galanza is back in along with Dimdim Pacres. Good afternoon to all the employees of Convergia. Watching right now also our good friends from the media, Cap and Joyce Aguila. There's a block as UST again, Michelle. They keep finding ways to get to the driver's seat, get ahead.
Nakaka-tie naman ang Ateneo, but that block by Galanza, you rarely see Galanza, who just came in, by the way, and blocking up against Pongay Gaston, and it was a block point for her as well, so a huge confidence booster for her and her teammates.
Good serve by Viray. Another poor receive by Ateneo. Results in a free ball for UST. Galanza will set it up. What a dig for Ravenna. And a miscue there by Galdones. She could not put away a free ball.
Very timely substitution by Danny Ravenna to be put inside the game. Those breaks of the games right now, Eric, it seems like both teams are playing in the 5th set with the intensity that we feel right now here at the San Juan Arena.
18 all. Laure. Check ball. And again, UST back on top by 1. 19-18.
We said it a while ago, hindi pa lumalabang ang Ateneo, but as compared to the first set, at least now they're only down by 1, and it looks like they're working better right now in terms of their reception and defense.
To serve.
Good serving by Galanza. Steady. Pacres. Galdones with a tip. Ravenna trying to save it. Free ball again for UST. Laure. More porsyento na ang UST, and
the block,
they erect a 2-point lead.
The confidence and the guts of somebody like Ea Laure. That ball was already, the double block was already in front of her, but the power that she generates from her jump and her swing is just enough to go up against Bea de Leon.
That was Jovi Laure, mom of Ea. Another great serve there. Tolentino is in front. A dig by Rondina. Laure again. Woo! Wow! Laure is feeling it.
Happy birthday.
Ea Laure. Here's a great dig first by Rondina. Sends the ball to Laure. And Laure will finish it off the hands of Kat Tolentino too. Timeout by Ateneo. We'll listen in.
Come on! We're doing good. Sayang eh. Yung kanina may pagkakataon pa yun. Mag-power! Now cover tayo. Kailangan natin tumabawat sa cover yung defense ka. Kaya mo yan gan eh. Wala ibang dadaanan, dalawa lang. Cross, pag hindi nakapatay, tatapon. Okay, now, pag nasa atin ang bola, I want you to be strong and courageous.
There's a timeout by Coach Oliver Almadro. Panahon na para kumapit. It's that point of the game again, Michelle. And Ateneo is all too familiar with these situations, having experienced that loss in the first set in sort of similar circumstances.
I haven't seen Ateneo in this whole season being 2 sets down. You know, sometimes they have a rocky start, yes, but they always manage to get it back in the second set. And this is a very dangerous time for them, especially now that they're 3 points a while ago, 2 points down now, and UST is gaining momentum and points off of their outside hitters.
Although Kat Tolentino is in front for Ateneo, and so a chance for the Lady Eagles to mount a run here.
Not even the end of the second set, and we have 2 Lady Tigresses already at double figures. Laure with 11 and Rondina with 10. So these 2 girls are what the blockers of Ateneo really have to focus on.
Free ball. Galanza looks for Laure again. Over received. And net violation against Ateneo.
Credit to Danny Ravenna for going up against those strong and powerful hits from Ea Laure, but
are you gonna feel
unfortunately,
stuff like that next day?
you feel it right when it happens, Eric. You know, that will really sting yung ganong kalakas na palo. And very, yung nakaka-sad lang talaga kapag nagkaka-error na ganon with a good kill, with a good dig. You know, nakakapanghinayang, especially if you're Ateneo. But good. Yung pagbawi ni Kat Tolentino doon, using her height as an advantage over the blockers of UST.
It's still a 2-point lead here for the Tigresses. 20 serving 22. Rondina too close to the net. She tips it. Galanza looks for Pacres. Ooh, what a block against Pacres. Madayag again with a rejection.
Same spiker, same target by Dimpy Pacres. She has yet to go for that down the line. And being a lefty, I don't know why she keeps going cross court to Maddie Madayag. It should have been easier for her to target Jules Samonte and to target the hands going outside.
A timeout this time by UST protecting a 1-point lead. We'll listen to Coach Kung Fu Reyes.
Unang-una pala, nagdududa ka na, patay tayo.
Ate, utakan mo lang, ate.
Alam mo kung anong kakayanan mo, di ba? Tiwala na binibigay sa'yo. Mas tiwala ka sa sarili mo. Ayun lang naman ang kailangan mo. Ang dami mong pwedeng gawin. Huwag mong ibigay. Sa blocker yung palo mo, iliis mo ka papunta sa cross court. Naintindihan mo?
kaya mo yan.
Okay, now. Isang pasa lang. Kailangan natin makapasa. 3 spiker natin. Mag-create ka ng play. Pwede ka magpa-play ito. Kung magandang pasa, kung wala, tsaka.
Utak lang, ate, ha? Utakan mo lang. Kaya mo yan, ha?
Naintindihan. Ngayon, kailangan natin pag-win natin. Mag-over tayo.
Second voice you were hearing in the huddle is Ea Laure, and she was telling Dim Pacres, ate, utakan mo lang. I mean, for Ea, such a young age, to be as confident as she is already, I mean, the future is so bright for UST.
And what she's saying is definitely true. It's not always about power. Everybody knows that Pacres has that power, but it's about scoring the point the easiest way possible for your team. And over here at the Ateneo side, no players yet at double figures, but Madayag still at number 1 with 9 points already, 4 attacks and 4 blocks for her. Tolentino with 6 points, leading. Both of them are leading the Ateneo Lady Eagles.
And an attack and a kill by UAAP's best, Cici Rondina. Service specialist Roldan is on the floor for UST. 2-point lead for the Tigresses. Good receive. Here comes Tolentino. Yes, Kat Tolentino with another answer for the Lady Eagles.
This was one of the best plays that I've seen from Ateneo, coming from a perfect receive. Care of Pongay Gaston. And if Ateneo gets to do this in every reception, they can use their spikers to the best of their abilities.
Ateneo's never led in this game. We've had at least 3 deadlocks. Rondina has always had an answer, and she continues to do so.
Rondina.
Set point, UST 24-22. A much tighter set compared to the first one, Michelle.
Much more exciting, and the fans here, Eric, aside from us, they're also feeling it. Cici Rondina taking advantage of Dina Wong, who is now up in front.
So far, in the last half of this set, Rondina, Laure have been unstoppable. Wong, Madayag, one-handed save by Laure. Here comes Rondina for the finish. Cici Rondina puts UST up 2-0. against Ateneo.
Galanta knows who to find, Eric, and she will only look for Cici Rondina. Even from the deep cross court, Cici has no problem going up against the double block.
Yeah, Mafe knows who the hot hands are. Laure in the middle, Rondina in the end. And USD, Eric, confidently up 2 sets to nothing against the league-leading Ateneo Lady Eagles.